We don't want to make things complex, so I'll tell you how it works. Let's say there are two blocks, block A and block B. So you have done like both four blocks, block A, B, C, D. So block A में one beat should ideally connect to a beat in the block B, or it can even connect a beat in the block C. Okay? ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है कि it has to connect immediately. But every block will have a beat which leads to the next block. It is as simple as a story. अभी एक story अगर तुम देख रहे हो या even if you watch a serial, there will be one end suggestion which will lead to the next one, right?
But should every beat should connect to further beat or the specific beat?
हाँ तो see, we keep it, okay? We keep a beat which says that cause. ठीक है? That's why I'm saying one block में से एक beat तो has to connect. Just imagine logically, what is the use of that container? That whole container or the block, one beat of it should summarize and connect it to the next one, ताकि उस पूरा एक्टिविटी का कुछ हिस्सा तो बने वो किसी का. It has a logical significance to the whole picture. Okay, so that is why I'm saying one beat of it can connect to the block immediately next to it, or it can connect to some block like half an hour के बाद वो हो रहा है. लेकिन वो जो पहला हुआ था, पहला किसी का जब शादी हुआ था, उस शादी में एक बंदा था, तो उसके बाद मूवी चली आधा घंटा, लेकिन उस बंदे ने फिर आके उस दुल्हन को उसने उठा के लेके गया था. तो पूरा जो शादी का जो पूरा सेटिंग है उसमें से क्या हो रहा है, दैट दुल्हन का उठाना इज कनेक्टेड टू द गाय हु वाज अटेंडिंग. तो आगे पीछे डायरेक्ट नहीं हो सकता है, लेकिन कहाँ ना कहाँ तो कनेक्ट हो रहा है. ठीक है? So my suggestion is you need to have one beat at least, calling it as a cause. Okay? Now let us keep it a little simple to understand here. Block A and block B है. Let's just imagine there are only two blocks. From block A में there has to be one cause which is leading to the effect in the block B. Okay, so if let's say in this story this guy leaves the place confused. Okay, so leaving the place is a beat. Okay, it's a cause, and the effect is, which is in the next block, is probably he is wanting to meet him again the next day. Or he's probably in the next one thinking the whole night about what to do next. Okay, so I'm just connecting it. Okay, so what to do next, the whole activity for what he wants to do is another block, but we need to keep a continuum of the emotion. कि जब वो वहाँ से निकला, when he left for the day after the discussion, that energy of his sadness or sorrowness or his pensiveness, the thinking, should be connecting to the next block, which is that he is so eager to meet the guy again the next day. Or he's thinking about it the whole night. Okay? So if you are not able to connect the dots, okay, that's okay. So we need to brainstorm this whole thing. But one block ka one beat, or I call it as an entry point, okay, because it just can be only one entry point. There should be one exit and it should connect to the one entry point of the next. Okay? So now that is where the looping, or they call it as the logic phase, or there are open gaps. That is what is called as, in a plot there are a lot of gaps. कैसा हुआ, अरे ये तो उसको पता ही नहीं था. लेकिन so in earlier time there was the requirement of a senior proofreader to do this. to understand the gaps. There's a lot of mental work and a lot of hand holding. Because when you have 50 pages, then first page or 30 pages, by the time you reach 20th page, you don't even remember what was in the first page, second page. But look at this tool. This tool is giving an amazing way by which you can connect the dots. And just to reiterate, I'm not saying the build of the block 1 needs to connect to the block 2. That is, in our case, simplified. But the 1 can even connect to a block 4. Okay? So that is how movies are. Okay? So that is one thing which I want you to be aware of. And the second thing is, when you talk about the trait, okay, see, the character journey is something where the transformation happens. Journey means transformation. So either in the character's lane for the actor, you can have one block and have groups within, or you can have 2 blocks. So let's keep it simple. Maybe, let's keep 2 blocks. Okay? So let's just say that in block 1, the guy was a very shy guy, which is the first trait of the hero. Okay? So when I say journey, then the word that you need to think of is the transformation. So in block 2, you become very outspoken. So for example, if you look at Superman, very, very quiet during the office hours and very vibrant during the Superman time. So it's a transformation. Similarly, you would see, I think, just talking about a little politics. A cricketer
Batman. He acts
Batman. So look at this guy, cricketer. Sidhu, he was such a quiet cricketer, and now he becomes such a, I would say, a very strong speaker. That is a transformation that has happened. So you as a writer now need to go a little deeper in terms of identifying the visual cue. So when I say visual cue, see, this is film. So in film, you can't tell, you have to show. So, for example, you have understood that the T guy was a very quiet guy. So he's probably nodding his head, not talking much, speaking in low voice, avoiding eye contact. Okay, now these are the knowledge that you will bring as somebody is a writer, and also observing what is happening in reality. That's why writers need to even look around in reality. Okay, so a guy who is quiet, he's probably dressed in not a very vibrant clothes, introverts and all that. He's not even dressed probably in a very good-looking manner. Okay, so these are the traits that you can keep adding. I would rather say you add 10, 12, 13. That's all the capacity of your brain, in terms of what you can identify as somebody who is an introvert. And then you have another block, which is that you become an extrovert. So that is what the journey is. So in the second block, you identify and you want to visualize, because film is visual. So you have to show that he's talkative, making eye contact, in a way opposite, it dresses well, walks in a swag style. So now as a filmmaker, once I understand these are the prerequisites to show the transformation visually, I can then think about production design and acting and the kind of attire that needs to go for the transformation from A to B. Okay? What you have done is just have 2 blocks and just added something. They're not even clear traits. Okay? So think of a transformation. It's very simple. Think of a transformation with an example. How does a Batman react or enact when he is a Batman, and how does he enact when he is a normal civilian? What he does, how he behaves. Those are the questions that you need to think. How he behaves. So it's the behavior that goes in the visual. Okay. Fair enough. So I think it's just about a little practice. So get the 2 points right. The starting of the beat, which is the cause leading to the effect, as I discussed, and then character trait. You're getting good, man. So I think in a little time you'll be okay. Okay. ठीक है. I'll look into the plot again. Send me the screenshot once you're done. Okay. Yeah. Bye.
In a subplot, we try to have the guy who was giving the advice that he had two friends, and we put him in a situation wherein the friend A, because of his low social circle, couldn't help him. But the second guy, though he wasn't very strong in finance, but because of his social circle, let's say he attended some NSS or any other social things, through which he could connect to a friend who solved the problem of the guy, the B guy, the guy who's telling the story and advising to the questions can be used as beats and be intercepted in the main plot. So the advantage is the more the story's curiosity within the story, within a subplot, and the reveal is what people get hooked to. So it's as good as like those stories ka curiosity needs to be solved, and this curiosity keeps them hooked till the reveal happens. So it's like within a story and two curiosity that needs to be revealed with the same message. So that makes it more interesting.
Saying you can't be alone, you need to have more friends in life. Simple as that. Yes. And remember, messages need to be simple. Huh? If you are complicating message, that means you have not understood the message.
Yes.
So message is as simple. Abhi, when he's delivering this talk, so just imagine how boring it can be for somebody to just listen to this whole talk.
Yeah.
And you as a screenplay writer need to always enforce or ensure कि कितना उसको visually हम message दे. Okay. That's why it's show, not tell. Okay. And I really believe in it कि filmmakers need to understand that. Okay. So now let us say that the message that don't be alone, have good friends around you is the message. Now let us put our imagination cap and put a scenario wherein there's a friend. We can even move into the animals, but let's say there is a friend, and I'm just giving a plot now, just out of my mind, okay? Wherein he's stuck in a new city. Okay. He's stuck in a new city. He doesn't know the language, and he's lost his wallet. Okay, we create a lot of problems. So then he calls one friend who is a good friend, and he is technologically very good. So, and we don't want to go details. We just keep it simple. Okay, one beat is like lost in the city, calls his friend. That is how the beats are. Then one friend says, "I'll Google for you, and I will find a place where you can stay." Then he calls another friend. So you can put a beat saying like, frustrated, calls another friend. Now this guy is not very comfortable with internet and all, but he makes few phone calls. Simple, huh? हमको बस practice के लिए. Then in another half an hour's time, a friend comes and picks him up, and that guy's friend comes and picks him up and says, "अब मेरे घर पे आके रुक जाइए." Simple as that. It's the same message. It's just the execution is a little different. Okay. Now you put this as a story in another lane. Okay. So I've shared that video. I'll also help. Don't worry. It's another lane. This we call it a subplot. Okay. So whatever story I said, like he's stuck in a city. He calls one friend gives you a suggestion, stay here. He calls another friend says like just wait for 10 minutes, and then a guy comes and picks him up. This is another story. But now this is a subplot. So put it on another lane, and you select all these beats. Okay, select all of these beats, and you give a tag name as subplot.
Okay. Oh, got it. Yeah.
So tagging is nothing but grouping. Like if you say India, then all people of Indians will come together. So India is the tag. If you say non-vegetarian is the tag. Okay, na? So all these beats are coming under subplot. Okay, and the good thing is when you are writing, we can write it in one single lane. We can write it in one board. Now, the interesting part is, Akshay, and this is how stories are told. You create this story inside another story.
Yeah, in that video he moved all those beats into the...
Because you're just dispersing it.
Yeah.
So now what happens, the viewers, instead of one curiosity issue that needs to be solved like a story, they have two different curiosity that needs to be solved. It's like two puzzles that are to be solved by the viewer. Okay? So you're just dispersing these in the different blocks that you have created. Okay? And that makes it interesting. Message is also same, that one story he's just talking about it, and in the subplot he's giving an example from his own experience.
But I had this question, then how do you execute it? You have to cut it and then move back to that subplot, show one scene of that subplot, and then again move back to the original story. Is that how it's gonna execute?
See, now what you're asking is a film execution.
Yeah.
Okay. So film execution happens in the edit table. Okay. So you don't have to be worried too much कि वो execution कैसा हो रहा है. What we need to be emphasizing is that this subplot, okay, somehow needs to connect in between the main plot. Okay.
But narrative ऐसा है ना कि the snippets, the scripts, they are ordered horizontally, left to right. जैसे भी आप जाओगे, you get it vertically on the left side. तो जैसे आप एक बीट वहाँ पे रख दोगे in
timeline
between, तो वो वहाँ पे आ जाएगा ना स्क्रिप्ट. तो whenever an actor will read it, तो उसको कैसे क्लिक होगा कि यार ये बीच में आ गया.
So that's okay. I mean, see, you are asking a question ki, let's say, let's put it simple. I and you are talking. Now I'm saying कि यार वो मेरा बचपन में ऐसा हुआ था करके. Then you have to cut to the childhood of my days. So you are asking me how the actor will relate. अगर वो childhood है तो फिर वो तो situation में है ही नहीं. Because now it is a child actor.
वैसे he could relate if it's an entire event that we are showcasing. But यहाँ पे if you are saying कि he is calling his friend and ये सब हो रहा है, then how do you put such small snippets into the filming or whatever it is?
Okay. So are you asking what is the position of it करके?
क्योंकि अगर बहुत बड़े इवेंट्स है तो we could go into the flashback and shoot that entire scene और दिखा सकते कि वो याद कर रहा है. But if it's just a phone call, तो वो कैसे दिखाएंगे? वो छोटा इवेंट हो गया ना. So how does that fit into those snippets जो ऊपर वो करता है?
So I don't have probably the full answer. We need to experience it. अगर for example वो phone कर रहा है and that's a subplot, okay? Let's take a little practical scenario. He's talking about giving that explanation कि you can't be alone. ठीक है? वो beat हो gaya. Okay. Now उस beat के बाद when he's talking about the phone, and if you feel as a writer that you need to take him to a subplot which is like a flashback or probably another parallel story, that's why you call it as non-linear story. Okay, so linear story में क्या होता है, you have one event after the other, है ना, it's one single story. Non-linear में क्या है, suddenly you branch out. Okay, so here we are just branching out. अभी कहाँ branch out करना है, that is up to the writer. You want to branch out after the guy listening to it, completely understanding it, and he comes the next day and he's like, in your real life have you done something like that, and then he explains it, the guy giving the message. Or after every two statements you want to go back to the backstory and then you want to explain. Okay. So it is up to you as a writer where exactly you want to keep that beat.
Okay.
Is it helping you?
Yeah, it makes sense, but I'm just not able to understand how subplots introduce that.
See, subplots are nothing but more than, I would say,
how do subplots hook the audience. That's it.
Oh, see, that's a very good question, yeah, and you need to understand this. Subplots, by the nature, it is again a story, okay?
Yeah.
So, for example, if I tell you कि यार, you know what, हम दोनों बात, it's a very simple real life, हम दोनों बात कर रहे हैं और मैं तुझे बता रहा हूँ कि यार, you know what, when I was in the war, okay, you know, I'm talking to you, okay, I'm giving you inspiration, okay, let's say I have my leg amputated, okay,
Yeah.
and you're asking me, and the viewer, now look from the viewer's perspective. So viewer is trying to understand that story ऐसा है कि in this room only one person can walk out of the room, okay, that is from a viewer's perspective, from a guy watching the TV. So they are already tensed in the timeline कि ये दोनों जो बात कर रहे हैं, ये जो दोनों बात करने में एंड में कोई ना कोई तो मरने वाला है, okay? So that is one timeline that we have set. Now that is a puzzle to be solved, okay? The viewer needs to be waiting till the end of the movie for that puzzle. कौन मरने वाला है out of this two? Now that is one story. Now let us say I want to branch out within the story, and I'm discussing with the guy, you know what, you probably should not leave the room because in my time of World War, I had fought for the country and I have 500 soldiers along with me. Okay? Now I stop there. Okay? I'm just giving you some insight. Now what you have done is you implanted another story saying कि 500 soldiers are, you know, somebody who I need to support to. Now coming back to the original story. अरे ये दोनों बात कर रहे हैं, इनमें से कौन मरने वाला है, कौन जीने वाला है, that is one conclusion. The other subplot conclusion is the conversation happening and the visuals going कि मेरे टाइम पे जब मैं वॉर में था तो मैंने इसको ऐसा किया वैसा किया whatever.
Got it.
And then
you don't have to really force the audience कि यार मतलब flashback ही हो रहा है. You could just cut it and show the memories. The audience can relate to it.
They will relate to, because see, something when they talk about it's in general another story that they're talking about, right? That's as simple as that. So
that's because whenever you show the flashback, obviously the characters will look different. So it's obvious the audience will understand कि यार ये flashback हो रहा है.
Story within a story.
Okay.
So story within a story, and similarly the other guy in the room, he will also tell a story. Okay? Now the only thing is that two sub-stories or the subplot in-house some way need to make sense that the main story is having a logical conclusion to it.
Yeah, कि एक तो वहाँ तक कैसे पहुँचे, otherwise what's gonna happen next? इन दोनों के actions कैसे रहेंगे based on those subplots, makes sense.
Because then that is how you justify कि why one needs to go out or go in, ठीक है?
And maybe the audience could guess कि कौन जाने वाला है.
I mean, you need to really validate on the subplots of each of their stories on who needs to be actually moving, you know, out of the room. And now just imagine, okay, now let's imagine how boring it would be if they both just keep talking without any subplot.
और वो धमकी दे रहा है और वो बस डरा रहा है.
Exactly, that's the right word. वो से धमकी दे रहा है, मैं जाऊंगा. अरे मतलब क्या क्यों? So non-linear stories, okay, so you're branching out, right, from the main story to a subplot. Then, and you're not, see, and the good thing is, okay, when I say the word non-linear, when you go to the subplot or the backstory, you're not completing the entire backstory at one go.
Yeah, exactly.
What is the
conversation आगे बढ़ेगा उन दोनों का, उस हिसाब से वो subplots भी आगे बढ़ने चाहिए.
Exactly, correct. तो वो टेंशन और ये टेंशन को दोनों टेम्पो को रखना है.
Exciting लग रहा है ये story तो.
See now how beautiful this tool is. So what the tool does is the tool actually helps you create a subplot in totality in one block. First, बना दो आप. Don't get your mind deviated and all that. Then what you do is a smart way, as a trick, you just disperse all those beats into the main discussion.
Yes.
And when you don't like it, you probably change it. So just imagine अगर ये एक document में होता, you understanding subplot, page 5, page 6, page 10, page 2, you know, and then you connecting it will be like a nightmare.
वो tags का colors भी है, तो it's very easy to understand.
So are you?
Subplot के color.
So are you enjoying the power of the tool now? हाँ?
हाँ, yeah. अभी समझा actually वो क्या रहा है.
हाँ, ठीक है. So that is why I want you to understand and emphasize and enforce कि subplot is what makes the story non-linear, and that brings dual force in terms of the curiosity in the storytelling activity.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that he's given a plot wherein it's very linear, but we will try to enforce a subplot on the same message.
Yes.
ठीक है, fair enough. So now
ऐसा भी हो सकता है ना कि जो शुभम या फिर कोई राइटर मुझे जो स्टोरी देगा, it might not have a subplot.
See, that is the problem with these guys. Yeah, that is why you have writers in the US, and then you have like writers
You explained it before.
consultants. You know, they're called as like script doctors.
Okay.
Who are like so well versed with how a good story with many subplots and they logically should fit are in consulting, because without a subplot it might be like, ठीक है यार, I know this is going to happen, I know this is the answer, you know.
Yeah.
Film में ऐसा नहीं होता है, you know, you need many forces to come together to give that punch. And this is how good films are made for centuries, and this is the way it will keep happening also.
I feel like I just didn't notice it all the way. अब इतनी movies देखी, this was all going around.
The whole complexity, the web is built, you know, in a way. Okay? So now you will realize everywhere that there are like speaking subplots which is like purposefully, you know, given at the right time and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I hope you're enjoying Akash, huh? In the same way. Akshay, है ना? Okay, so see, what I'm suggesting is these are the fundamentals of film writing. Okay?
Yeah.
So once you understand the film writing and the screenplay style, then any story can be, you know, fit into a way where the film can be best made in the story. ठीक है ना? तो इसने थोड़ा entry दिया है ये T का, but now you will not agree with him. You will say, you know what, as a film it is not that engaging. Maybe as a narration it might be engaging. But I'm telling you about यार इसने ये dialogue बोला, उसने ये dialogue बोला, it might be engaging. Maybe as a short story also it might be engaging. But on a film level you need to have the complexity of subplots to bring the forces of different dimensions, you know, with the same message in different angles. ठीक है?
तो अभी क्या करना है मुझे बताओ.
So now what you have to do is you have to manufacture a subplot. Okay, within this story. Yeah, within the same message. That's why I started with the discussion saying that the message needs to be as simple. If you're not getting the message in a simple understanding, that means you're not clear. So it's as simple. Make more friends to live a good life. अभी उसका एक पैरेलल स्टोरी लाइन बनाना है सबप्लॉट में. Then you select all the subplot beats, make them a tag. You can call it a subtag, subplot, and then you dispose it by infusing it in the right different blocks of the main story. Okay, getting it. So this is an activity we need to do, and as we keep doing, we will be able to handle much more bigger complex stories.
Yeah, got it. Perfect. Yeah.
Sure. Okay. And then you send me a screenshot when you're done there. Okay.
So what time does it? I will send it by.
Yeah. Whenever. Actually, for me, it's just helping you review that. So whenever you're comfortable, I'm.
हो जाएगा. Now it's simple. बस वो थोड़ा creatively सोचना ही था बस.
Yeah. Done. Okay. Yeah.
Bye.